Hey guys, today I'm showing you how I create my daily designs using AI images, and today we're going to be using Leonardo AI. You can just go to their website app.leonardo.ai and you can sign up for their waitlist and you'll get approved relatively quickly. But first things first, we're going to go get some design inspiration, so we're going to go to Pinterest. So generally your Pinterest board is just filled with things that you like, but since we're creating a poster, we'll just search poster design. Just get some idea of what we're wanting, a certain style. This is really nice. We'll go with this. This layout. Okay. We'll just look at it here then. Okay, so you have that typeface with a little paragraph. Alright, so we're gonna look for abstract gradient. So we're gonna go to Leonardo, and we're gonna come over here to the AI image generation. Click on that, and these are just past generations that I've had. These are all the settings that you can change. We're gonna want the largest image, which is 1024 by 1024. This is just a new thing they've come out with. But we're just going to go ahead and type in a prompt. So we're going to say abstract water texture. And we're just going to see what pops up. And you get 150 tokens daily. And for every generation, it uses tokens. And depending on your settings, this can go up and down for the amount of tokens that it uses. So we're just going to give it a little bit of time. Usually takes around 30 seconds to generate some images here. While that's generating, let's go set up our Photoshop canvas that we're going to be using. So I want to be posting to Instagram, so we're going to make a canvas that is 12 inches by 15 inches on the height. And the resolution is going to be 300 pixels per inch with 8-bit RGB color mode. And we will resize it to a smaller size when we go to post on social media. Let's go see if that image is generated. It has. Maybe it's a little too rough, a little abstract, so we're gonna do smooth abstract. And you really just want to be typing words that describe the image that you're looking for. So we're going to do water, crashing waves, white caps, and let's hit 4 for the number of images. So when we hit 4, it uses more tokens, but we'll go ahead and generate and see how these come out. And a lot of AI image generation is messing with the prompt, moving words around, adding extra descriptive words to really see what pops out and what cool images you can get out of it. These are very interesting. I am really enjoying this first one. Has a lot of nice texture. It looks really nice. So we're going to come over here and hit the download. And we're just going to save that image. Save it anywhere you like. I'm going to save it in my images folder. Alright, so now that we've saved that, this is going to be our canvas. So we're going to hit File and Place Embedded because we're going to be placing our AI image in here. Give it a few seconds to load in. We're gonna be holding Shift and Alt to size from the center. There it is. All right, now the one thing about design is placement of your objects, and we want to make sure that we have a margin around our page so that we don't get too close to the edges. So we're just going to set some quick guides here, around a half inch around from each corner, from each side, sorry. And we're going to save this as AI poster. Always want to save hitting that Command S or Control S if you're on PC. Okay, now let's go and look back at our reference. This one. So it says Control, Control, and there's a little paragraph, some nice body copy right there. Now let's think, what can we put here? Why don't we do motion? I mean, we're thinking about the ocean, so like flowing. We'll do flow. We'll do all lowercase because it's going to be large. We're going to hit Control T to bring up our box. And we'll hold Shift so that we're not distorting the text there. We're going to make it pretty large and Control Enter to confirm that. Now we're going to go find a font that we like, or a typeface. I liked the Hoffler Italic. It's Black Text Pro Italic. It's really nice. 366. Let's make it a nice number, and it's going off, so we'll do 300. Maybe a little lower, maybe like 275. There we go. We're going to change the paragraph alignment to center. We're going to grab our move tool and we're going to move it towards the center roughly. But we're going to hit Control A. So with our layer, it selects everything. Come up to the top tab and hit Align to Horizontal Center and Align to the Vertical Center. Now we're going to go look back at our inspiration. It's up in the corner. This is smaller, I think. We're just looking at the alignment here. So this is pretty much aligned with that L. We probably want to move ours over a little bit. So we want to make sure we have space for a small paragraph here. See, we have no space for a small paragraph. We'll do, it's about a half inch. 1.5 inches. Sure. That's 2 inches actually. So we have a 2-inch space on this side. We have our text selected. Come back to our character and we're just going to do, how about an even 200? We essentially want the edge of this text to line up with our paragraph that we're going to have over here. So we're going to move this over. So sure, it's not centered in the middle. It'll be in alignment with our little paragraph over here. Flow. So we're gonna do fluid. Size 772. See what size that's at. We want to make sure that this is smaller than this, because this is going to be the main focal point of the page. So we can make this a little smaller. Let's go to 48. We're going to see if we have any thinner sides. Yeah, here we have a Titling Pro italic. That works. It's a little thinner, so we can make it a little bigger. And there's going to be left aligned because it is a paragraph that we're going to want to read. Now, instead of, brainstorming about what to put here and thinking for a good while, we're just going to use AI. So I'm here at ChatGPT. This is the March 23rd version. I'm just going to type in, give me a small paragraph about introspection. So it's where you're thinking about yourself, you're looking in, with the title word being fluid. So it's going to give us a good paragraph. And what we're going to do is we're going to just copy and paste this into our design. We're going to make a little text box here. Now we're going to want to change this to a different typeface, but we're going to want to be in the same family. So we're going to do Text Pro Regular. We're going to make it smaller. Sure, we're going to open up its 16 height with 16 point leading. We're going to make it larger so it's a little easier to read. We're going to go with 24. Bring this down. Also, because we want it to be easier to read, we're going to move this to a left aligned paragraph because those are the easiest. And then we're going to go ahead and just paste our words in here. This is a long paragraph. Let's make this smaller. Let's go with 12. We're going to change our leading to 16 here. And we can move this up. This is not set in stone here. So we're going to move that closer. And we're going to select our two layers, which is this paragraph here, and we're going to group them together. So this is just going to be body text. This seems a little long. Now, one thing about AI text is you can always edit what it gives you. Don't ever just be satisfied with what it gives you. You can always edit. So I'm going to change that to just start with constantly, just so it's a little shorter. And we'll just delete this part, this bottom part as well, make it a little shorter. And one thing we're going to look at is our text. Let's here zoom in a little more. Our text here is very messed up. We want to really smooth out this line that we have here. So we're just going to make it a little smaller. Okay, now we're just going to go in here and edit manually, drop the and. I'm just essentially deleting a space and then hitting enter so it moves that word to the next line. And yeah, that's a lot smoother. It's just small things like that that add to a design. Okay, now we're just going to pull down a ruler to just see roughly where this type comes in at. We're going to turn off auto select because that's messing me up a little bit. Because I want to move the whole group. And I'm just using the arrow keys to move this up just a little bit by little bit. We're going to align it to that 3-inch ruler that we just made. And if that's at 3-inch, what if we do, there's a 6-inch, where's the 9-inch right there? So, we'll just stay with the 3s. And let's just move this down. We're going to use the arrow keys. We're going to use shift arrow key to move down by 10. There we go. So now we have our text. Now let's edit our background. It really already has a nice texture to it. It really looks nice already. So let's add a gradient map because I love gradient maps. We're just going to go to this bottom bar and hit this half filled, half empty circle here. Come all the way to the bottom, it says gradient map. So this is applied to anything below it. We want it just applied to the background, so we're going to hit create clipping mask. We're going to right click the layer and hit create clipping mask. Now we're going to come down here to our properties panel, wherever your properties panel is, and you're going to click on the gradient that's here. I have a lot of gradients. You can go ahead and mess around and make your own. You can also always like reverse them. And our text is white. It doesn't have to stay white. We can always change the color of our text as well. I really like that. I love that color. Let's do... It's always just messing around, figuring out what works best. You can always select a gradient, and then under your properties panel, you can always hit reverse. So it flips what the gradient looks like. Here we're not seeing that much change, but maybe if we choose something like this one, we'll see quite a bit change. I'm gonna go back to that one that I saw that I really liked. It's this one. And we can always flip it and see what it looks like. No, I like that inner glow. And then we're just gonna hit File Save. Remember to always be hitting Control S or Command S. And this simple poster's done. Simple type poster that we have.